Sable. Welcome to the stream. Sable Monday Monday night stream. We're starting Sable. I kept meaning to start this at different points throughout this month, and finally I'm like, all right, I gotta pick a day to do this. So we're picking today. I always say at the start of streams, I don't think this is a super long game. When we start a new game, I like to say is what I was trying to say. I don't think it's a super long game, but I don't think it's a super short. So this is probably going to be, I don't know a ton about the game. I know it's probably pretty chill. From vibes that I get as far as what I remember seeing from years ago. I'm only just now getting around to playing it. And I think this is going to be, I think this is a good Monday stream. You know what I mean? It's gonna, I think you explore. I think you just kind of, I think you go around places. And you chill. Which I kind of need right now. I'll just audio as we get through here. I'll see where it lands. Hello to you. Oh, you know we gotta look at the settings here. Sound effects, language. Oh, actually, I said I don't know much about this game. I do know, and it might be this song, and it might be other songs. It might be the whole soundtrack to the game. I know Japanese Breakfast contributed work to the soundtrack to this game in some capacity, which I'm excited to hear about, or excited to hear, I should say. It might be this first track that we're hearing. Who knows? Let's pick that middle slot. Let's go right into it. Like I said, I think this will be a chill series. We needed a chill game on the channel. An absolute chill experience. I feel like it's been some time since we've done one of those. I think first thing that pops out about this game, I remember back when pre-release and stuff, was like its art style and everything. People were down with, or down for, I should say, not down with. Feels weird to jump in right without a recap. I can make up a recap. Last time on Sable. Quest started. The ceremony. View quest log. Moving Sable. Use L. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's the like cel-shaded look with also the slightly altered like frame rate. Almost, they're doing like that kind of thing. Of at least like the main character, I think. This thing's intimidating looking. Head out. My first puzzle solved. Move towards a wall to begin climbing. Keep an eye on your stamina. Oh, we got a stamina meter. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, he says. Uh-oh. There was no need for me to climb that. Aha. Oh, look at that. I wonder if there's fall damage. Can I die? Did I died? Hold down circle to sprint whilst moving around. You can only sprint whilst you have enough stamina. Whilst. I appreciate that. Ibex camp. Hello, people. Robo leg? I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Terrible timing. I can feel Jody smiling behind her mask, just as I know she can feel the teeth-baring little grimace behind mine. I'm nervous, and she's softly, sweetly amused. In her eyes, I probably have very little to worry about. You know you have nothing to worry about, don't you, Sable? I know. I tell Jody that I know, but that it hasn't quite sunk in yet. She chuckles. I promise you, Sable, you're fine. But I do know how you are. You're going to be nervous until you started, and then you'll act like you've been doing it your whole life. Remember the first time you rode a bike? You wouldn't even let me put you on the seat. You were so afraid. Your hands were like little claws gripping onto me. I feel the memory in my fingers. But then I promised you it was going to be all right. Told you how much I had loved riding my bike as a young woman, and how wonderful the wind felt through fabric. Suddenly, there you were. You sat down. You leaned forward and put those little grasping claws on the handles, and you were off. And I remember thinking, just watching you tear over the sand. Look at her. She can do whatever she wants. Jody reaches out and places a hand on the edge of my mask. And you can, Sable. Take a breath. I don't know where to start. Jody, I'm gonna say Jody's story warms me, but I feel too overwhelmed to let it settle. I tell her with a sigh that I don't know where to begin. She chuckles. Well, I can help with that. You'll need to talk to Hilo, and Driss. Driss should already have you made the arrangements for your bike, and Hilo will share something. Well, let's say it's as useful as it is fun, I think I might suspect what Jody's saying, but I stay quiet. After that, I suppose we'll see you off. I'm answering as if I would be. What if I choose the wrong path? I ask Jody what will become of me if I choose the wrong path. There are no wrong paths, Sable, or right ones. I'll be glad if you choose to stay with the Ibexi, but... Ibexi? Yeah. But, truth be told, I'll be glad no matter what, so long as you're happy. Whatever you decide, you do so with my blessing. So don't try using me as an excuse to come home early, eh? She knows me. Now go speak with Hyle. I'll be there to see you off. And speak to Driss, as well. Told him to arrange your bike with Sisso, but you know how he is. I have something to give you. Compass to help you on your journey. Same one I used on my gliding. An artifact, you might say. I take the device on my palm. Fits naturally there, perfectly weighted and crafted. Each component slides together with incredible, satisfying precision. Thank you. L1 compass button. Okay. That's a fancy compass. Situation. Nice jump grunts. As I approach Hyle, they give an enthusiastic wave. I've always appreciated Hyle's verve and vigor, and on a day like this, I'm ready to match it with a touch of nerves or balance. Sable, take this. Hyle hands me a small round stone. As it nestles into my palm, I feel warmth not borrowed from Hyle's hands, but emanating from within. I run my thumb over it and find it softly electric, like static on cloth. What is this? I try to sound less confused than I am, but ask Hilo what this is. Oh, Sable, you can't leave without it. What I've just given you is a gliding stone. What do you feel? I tell Hilo that I feel electricity. Then you're doing it right. What you feel in that stone is openness. Look at the stone. Seems quite closed. Gliding stones are vessels for the perpetual. They suck up its power like little sponges and hold it there for you to channel. Right now it's empty, or dormant, and waiting for you to fill it up. Ask how I can do this. Take it to the temple ruins at the edge of the canyon. You'll be able to activate it there. Hilo claps their hands twice and bobs a little. Appreciate their good mood at a time like this. Come back to me once that's done. I want to hear all about it. As I'm about to leave, Hilo stops me. Oh, you haven't gotten your bike yet, have you? It's a bit of a trek to the temple, so go see Driss. He was meant to get that ready for you, yes? Oh, I want a cool bike. I remember Jotty's words now and tell Hilo I'll go and see Driss. I was afraid I was going to get hurt. I was ready for it. Is this my bike? Though I've told myself not to be too eager, it's all I can do not to race up to Driss. Driss is the camp manager. He's been difficult to get a hold of lately, but now I strongly suspect that he's been working on my bike in secret. Perhaps it's extra beautiful or has some custom feature. What will its name be, I wonder? How fast will it go? Will my legs feel sore, or will I get used to it? Driss turns with a bit of a start. Sable! Hello. I was told you have something special for me? I tell Driss that I was told he had something for me. Something special? I nod very meaningfully, but he doesn't seem to get the hint. I make a leading gesture, slowly trying to be perfectly cool and confidential. But I can't do it. I'm too keen and the words spill out. I ask Driss if he might, possibly have a bike for me. Your bike! He yells like it's an idea he's just had. Your bike, yes, of course, right, yes, your bike that I prepared for you because today is your gliding, yes. Driss nods along with me. Yes, of course, right, yes, I do have that. My blood runs cold. Has he forgotten? By which I mean I arranged it for you in sort of a tutorial for you. Did you forget? I'm telling you, I didn't forget. I had just made different arrangements. You see, Sable, before one can own their own bike, they must prove that they can ride a bike by taking a test ride on a different bike. I think about it and find I've never heard of that part of the gliding, but Driss does seem earnest. Sort of. So instead of worrying about your bike, I'd like you to try this bike as a test. Driss gestures to the sand cutter at his side. It's quite old and a little shabby. A tester, if ever I've seen one. A test? How will you ever ride your own bike if you haven't tested your riding skills? Come on, Sable, it's part of it. He laughs weakly. It's not convincing. Now ride the bike through the ring and back. And here's some advice for you, my young glider. Don't fall off. Don't lose your bike. Alright, we got accelerate, we got strafe, we got steer, and we got get off. This thing is slow as shit. Where's that ring? Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. Oh, it's over here. Oh, now I'm going fast. I have noticed that the game hitches up sometimes when it's like updating quests or something, or camera turns sometimes. Oh, I see. I think it has like a strafe mode. So that's what was happening. And then you go back into this I could start driving again, I see. That's what had happened before. I returned to Driss, who somehow manages to seem caught off guard despite knowing I was coming. Sable, congratulations! How was your first pre-glide ride? Any strange rattles? Unexplained hissing? Small fires? What do you mean fires? Surely you'd notice if we're on fire even a little bit. Was that a possibility? Oh, obviously it didn't happen, so I think we're fine. Driss, is this bike dangerous? Well, he doesn't finish. Have you already been to, been by Hyle? Am I not getting a bike? Well, you're getting the use of this, sand cutter. That's something, eh? You can borrow it to run your little errands. My little errands. And Hyle's got something to show you too. Help you out with more of that mobility you're after. With my confidence in this exercise only lightly tarnished, I thank Driss very much for his help and his bike, and I depart for Hyle. This thing, oh my god. It'll take a bump and then it'll go, like, just propel itself. Should I be driving this thing like this? Do you want me to speak to him again? Head over to this town. Oh, I think it didn't. I promised that we were at the trip. Oh. It felt like it maybe didn't know. Or it was saying if I hadn't already. That's not what I meant to press. I keep thinking square is the quest thing. This is the... But it's still... My thing is telling me... Umar is a man of few words, and he's nothing if not consistent. Why would I want to throw buckets? Could I put bucket on my head? My bike kind of sucks. I wanted a better bike. Logging in. Hello, Sable. Unread messages 0. Oh. Alright, I'm just gonna go to wherever this... I don't think I'm supposed to talk to a guy now. Nice. I don't think I'm gonna have the stamina for this. Oh, if you run out. Okay. like that whistling sound effect. I was radiating light. I thought it was going to be a thing. Jada greets me warmly. Hello, little glider. That's so strange getting called that. Tell Jada how strange it is being called glider instead of Sable or even clan child. Just trying to get you used to it. She seems to really like it. Maybe I like it too. My little glider. My little glider. Maybe it's not telling me. Oh, the compass is not telling me. Okay. I misread the compass. The compass is literally just telling me north, and then those other knobs on it are east and west, I believe. That's on me then. Alright. So I'm gonna assume I don't go towards that wall that I can't climb just yet. I'll just head out that way. For some sort of temple. Okay, that's a steep. I thought I was gonna be able to like propel over that. This all looks like something. Don't go over the edge. Can I climb like straight walls? Oh, you can. Ah. What's that noise? Ah. The hell is this thing? Chum egg? What does that mean? Offered up by chums when planting themselves in the ground, perfectly smooth and hard as a rock, these eggs seem to float with how light they are. There must be a good place to deliver these. Ew. Alright, this looks like something. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Not cool. Colors are very interesting on this. The stone thrums like the beat of a heart as I approach the altar. Exhilarated? I am ready for Rohana to know me. I am ready to know myself. I feel her curiosity in this sacred place. I know I am in her sight. Took my rock. I'd be freaking out right about now. Press hold X to glide. Oh, nice. Oh, that's... that's dope. It's not enough to just glide. I need to be able to... envelop myself in an orb. And, and gently glide. There's something down here. I got 20 things. You fall at a very slow rate. It's kind of nice. It's a generous glide. Does it ever run out? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, it's so cool again. This thing doesn't have a reverse. You can kind of feel, obviously it doesn't translate over the stream, but you can kind of feel how shitty this bike is. This game is using pretty good use of the haptic feedbacks on the controller and the triggers and everything. And it kind of like, you can feel the kind of like the jankiness in the bike. I got a hand-me-down bike. Very upsetting. When I return to Hyle, it's clear they know what I've just experienced. They're excited on my behalf in a way that makes me miss them before I've ever left. Isn't it incredible? How does it feel? I'll say safe like a warm hug. I tell Hyle that I feel almost embraced by their perpetual, warm and safe in my own little bubble. They swoon. Oh, that's such a nice way of describing it. Hyle's mood doesn't darken, but the sigh they let out holds a bit of sorrow. You're very lucky, you know. I miss it so much, that feeling, just floating on the breeze. But I suppose it's best that it fades with age, Or else I might never have come back from my gliding. I'd just be out there heaving myself into chasms. I'll heave myself into chasms for you. I tell how I'll throw myself into 1,000 chasms on their behalf, and they giggle. That's what I like to hear. I know people manage to keep it up, but I don't know that I've got the time to practice as much as they do. It takes really serious focus. Hal laughs, even if there's a bit of regret in it. And I certainly haven't got that. Still, I suppose the gliding wouldn't mean much if it were all gains and no loss, I think about that, but decide that there's already too much loss in my mind to consider it much further. I am saying goodbye to my clan, my family, my home, my childhood. To lose the perpetual is a sacrifice for another time. You're gonna love it out there, Sable, even when you don't. My advice, try to have fun. There's a lot to be said about ritual and independence and all that out there, but the world's an easier place if you put joy first. I thank Hyle for their advice and for their help, and tell them I'll miss them. It'll be over before you know it. A warning and a reassurance, all in one. I say goodbye to Hyle. Before I go, Hyle gestures towards the tower. Seems Sizzo wishes to see me before I leave the clan. Sizzo. I'll go to Sizzo. Nice. Sizzo is an outclanner to the bubmanXIV, but I've known her for nearly as long as I can recall, and think of her more as a kind of distant relation than any sort of outsider. Machinists, I'm told, are given their posts, and by their training and their code must go to where they are needed. But Sizzo has been among us so long that's easy to forget. It's an assignment first and foremost. As far as any of us are concerned, she is one of us. I think there's a perception among the other clans that the bubmanXIV are quite insular, or that our designation of bubmanXIV versus outclanner suggests some nervous offering or othering of those who are unlike us. But in practice, such things are more the result of our nomadic nature. We seek to know who will travel with us and who we must leave behind, but all are welcome to join. And I'm always pleased that Sizzo did. Sable, how do you do, clan child? I can only think of one thing. Excited for my bike? Sizzo has a throaty quality to her voice, and it rumbles through her mask when she laughs. She's quite a serious person most days, and I'm always torn between pride and alarm when I manage to make her chuckle. Yes, Johnny told me how excited you were. Sizzo sniffs. She also told me Juris would be coming along to get your bite together, but I think he may have... I knew it. What? I didn't mean to say that out loud, so I tell her I was just clearing my throat. I don't begrudge Driss his forgetfulness, but were I tasked with so many odds and ends, I might be just as scattered. Besides, this will be good for you. I want you to scavenge the hover bike parts yourself. I'm going to make my own hover bike. I asked Sizzo if I'm expected to make my own hover bike. No, you are not going to make your hover bike. You're going to build your own hover bike. What's the difference? To make suggests you are creating something, but your bike already exists. They simply haven't taken form yet. Here, take this. Sizzo hands me something. This is a navigator. You can use it to mark waypoints on your compass. Should be useful in finding the old parts. Ask Sizzo where I might start looking. Our bikes are reborn in the ruined ships, and fragments spread apart. Good start would be the ship down near the camp. You'll find another up on that great rock, near the other side of the canyon, and another behind that old dam on the hill. Use your navigator to mark that down if you need. You'll need to gather a control panel, power supply, and a calibrator. Do most gliders make their own bikes? Asks as though if most gliders really make their own bikes. Only the lucky ones. Tells as though I'll see her soon and head off in search of the components. Together, we will create something new out of the old. Using your navigator. Press R1 to use the navigator to mark interesting landmarks to appear on your compass. You can only add or remove markers. Oh, I didn't get to read it all. They said, the dam out there. Toggle sensitivity, place marker, move cursor. I think it said this was one. Is there fall damage? Oh, you protect yourself. Look at that. We're going on an adventure. I love how janky his bike is, and I just hit a rock and then you go spiraling. There's nothing of use to be found in the ship, but I notice a blinking light flashing on the dashboard of the cockpit. Push it. Voice crackles from the machinery in front of me. Sounds like a recording. It's barely audible. Stop messing about with those buttons, you absolute idiot. Sorry, Ramen. Concentrate. Don't think I have to remind you how much work it was to get this far. We're almost there. Alright, let's see if that old machinist told us, let's see if what that old machinist told us holds up. If not, there'll be hell to pay. I hear the sound of mechanical adjustments being made. 3 clicks, buttons being pressed, perhaps. Okay, when I push this orange thing, pull that lever, hard. Yes, Ramen. Sound of a click and a loud grunt before a snapping sound. Oh, on Rohana's mask, not that hard. You've torn it out! Suddenly, speakers are filled with static, a low rumble that gradually increases in pitch, and then the sounds of someone cheering. It worked! We're flying! More cheering. Is that the sound of someone dancing? Okay, let's focus. This thing is moving fast. We need to slow it down a bit. How do we do that, Ramen? Let me check the machinist's notes. Long pause. Rumbling static sound that started playing when the ship took off is still increasing in pitch. Ramen? That lever, Toma. The one you just ripped out. We're going too fast. We're going to crash. We need you to try to... The recording cuts off there. Damn. But what about my part? Are you looking for a calibrator? I'm immediately on guard. Saima has always been a mischief maker and taken tremendous pleasure in tormenting me. In theory, I'm older, more experienced, and should be more than able to withstand it. In practice, you won't find it here. I've hidden it. You'll never find it. Never, never. She never fails to get to me. May I please have it? I decide to be gentle and I ask her, may I please have it? May I please have it? She mimics me terribly, all high and screechy. Despite my best efforts, I seethe. Oh well, too bad. Maybe you'll find it on your own, but I don't think so. Simon laughs off my irritation, but I'm not going to give her the satisfaction. Cross my arms and try to effect a change. I'll give you the calibrator. I put up my hand, proud of myself for standing tall before Saima. If you give me some beetles, that's a fair trade, isn't it? Something you want for something I want. I tried to decide if it's more mature to push her over and steal the calibrator or to acquiesce. But then I simply stifle a sigh, shake her little hand. Perhaps some of the adults in the camp know where I can find some. Fucking beetles? I'm running this kid over with this bike. I'm running you over, kid. You got a little bit of a head start. Boom. 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 That kid will learn to never mess with me again. I could ask about catching beetles for that awful little Saima. Do you know where I can find some beetles? There's a nest of beetles just east of here. You can't just walk up to one and catch it, though. There's some seeds growing on the rocks around the nest. Drop a seed on the floor and the beetle will start eating it. Then you can sneak up and grab it. I will quotes from a selection of obscure and lyrically mediocre Ibexi historical ballads whenever I pass by. There is a great verse that says much about our folk, buried under sand. Okay, so east of here? North, east. 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 Oh, we got an actual like quest log thing. Inventory. Fishing. An actual map? I should have got my bike. It's fine. Probably the way up was on that. It's fine. Oh, this is gonna be a dead end. Oh no, it's not fine. I lied. I see one of those weird things up there. Things that upset me just slightly. A chum egg. Part of me feels like you shouldn't just grab those. Beetles. Now they said something about seeds or something. Oh, fuck's sake. Where are the seed things? And where do I get the seed things? Oh. Oh god. I was not. That? That looks like a seed thing. Alright, watch this. Huh. Come get the seed. Oh, they fucking... Oh, they're so into it. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. This reminds me of, like, anything in Bug Snacks back in the day. It's like catching Bug Snacks. Don't want any extras. Wasn't the deal just 3? It's like taking candy from a baby. This says gather beetle 0 of 3, but no, it's just weirdly not displaying it. Wish I would have gotten my bike. It's fine. Don't need it. This allows me to drink water anyway. She likes to play in the cave underneath the camp. Okay. Cave underneath camp. Got 20 more, whatever those are. Cave under camp. You. Don't run away from me. Stop. Kid, come on. I feel embarrassingly vindicated as I hand Simon the beetles, but rather than gloat, she hands me the calibrator and begins to cry. What have I done? You're leaving, and you'll never come back. Comfort. She blows her nose and then wipes her hand on her tunic. Yar never came back after last gliding. Aren't you sad? You were a friend. People leave. That's their choice, kid. I tell Sayama that Yara is allowed to do whatever she likes, and that if it's her choice to go, then we must respect it. Wonder if she can tell I'm putting a little extra weight in my voice, which I hope sounds like the wisdom of age. You wouldn't leave forever, right? Not forever. I start to speak, but Simon cuts me off with a wail. Please don't go. I tell Simon not to worry, and I'll be back sooner than she knows, and I'm sure she pouts behind a mask. And I add that if I'm not back sooner than she knows, then she'll be ready for her gliding by then, and she can come bother me herself. Promise? I say yes. Good. Then I suppose I can come to see you off. I thank her and say goodbye for now. Perfect. 1 of 3. Done. Gotta find a something something and then a something something. As I say, how am I getting up this? Boom. I was trying to remember what the last game that I played that was kind of like of this ilk, where it's like, I don't know if ilk necessarily has a negative connotation to it, but it's similar nature to this, and I think it was probably Jusant earlier. Was that this year? When did I play Jusant? I can't remember if that was exactly earlier this year. Yeah, it was. Okay. I'm not going crazy. Actually, I might be going crazy because I'm like, was that earlier this year? Or, I knew it was the beginning of a year, but I was like, was it beginning of 2025 or beginning of 2026? Cannot for the life of me remember. I probably just float across, yeah? Oh, I didn't jump correctly. I think I'll be fine. My sense of time is so off that I can't remember if something happened beginning of 2026 or 2025. It's tough. No, this looks to be the simplest puzzle. Got it. I'm gonna build a bike out of 3 parts. That's all it takes. You can't like jump up by ladders or anything. Now the problem is, I think the marker thing that I placed the other marker on, I think ended up not being the thing, and that's where the beetles were. So now I gotta figure out where this third point they want me to find is, because I did not. Maybe I can go talk to that person at the camp. Or maybe it'll say. Does not say. What are the chances this person does not inform me? Maybe even just looking up at this angle, I'll get it. Maybe it's this? Who is that? I'll see who that is after this. This is waiting for the parts. I still need to find an atomic power supply. Is that? Okay. So way out there. Seemed like it was saying. The balloon was more fun than the person in it. I approached the cartographer. Ah, greetings, child. I saw you looking longingly at my great balloon. Quite a piece of work, isn't she? She really is. I nod enthusiastically. It really is an impressive vessel. However nervous I get imagining being up there all alone. Wonder if anyone's ever fallen off of one. Best not to ask right now. Well, good to meet you. I should introduce myself. I'm Jordan. Tell him I'm Sable. Suppose if you come all the way to see me, it's probably a map you're after, eh, Sable? Do I need a map? I asked the cartographer if I need one. Do stag beetles like figs? I have no idea, but contextually I assume the answer is yes. If you're leaving on your gliding, Sable, you'll definitely need a map of the Ewer, at least, and I'll sell you one for only 50 cuts. To my ears, it's a fair price for a map, but too expensive for a pre-gliding glider with empty pockets. Tell Jordan I'll be back. I need to ask Jotty for some money. Farewell, child. I have that money. Isn't that the money currency I've been building up? This is somewhat different. As she looks out across the landscape, Zeki's shoulders sag a little. Wonder what she's thinking about. What are you looking at? Zeki's voice is weakly incredulous. I don't know how she's done it. That's Alara over there. Follow her gaze to a little speck in the distance, which I now understand is her daughter, Alaria. Does she need help? Zeki shakes her head. No, she's fine, and I'll get her. She shrugs. Parenting. Suppose I'll know more about that when I'm older. Give me money. I tell Jotty that the cartographer wants 50 cuts for a map of the Ewer. Try to hedge the way I speak about this, as I'm not entirely sure whether that's too much, not enough, or precisely its value. She tells me not to worry. Dad, give me 200! I already had the money. Here's some money to get you going on your journey. Use it mostly wisely, and then a little unwisely when the mood strikes. It's good to know the value of money, but you never want to be ruled by it. I thank Jotty effusively and head out on my way. Crazy. I need to find a way to max my stamina up here. Also, as someone who has not played Breath of the Wild, this feels very Breath of the Wild-y exploration-like. Greetings, child. Buy that map. Perfect. Let's trade then. A map. Buy. Confirm. Great. I thank Jordan for the Ewer map and all its vast possibilities. Something about this makes it feel more real. Good luck on your gliding, Sable. I still remember mine. Ask how it was. Short. I knew since I was a boy that cartography was for me. But I spent a little extra time out there just to enjoy the world. Speaking of, keep an eye on the skies, eh? Plenty of my colleagues out there. They'll have more maps to sell you. From Hakoa to the Sodic Waste. I thank Jordan for the tip and say goodbye. Farewell, child. Piece of map, you can navigate to the map screen in the pause. Once you have visited a place, you can fast travel to that location using the map screen. Your hover bike will also travel with you. Dope. Oh, nice. Can I zoom in at all? Oh, it's big. This is, oh my god, it's massive. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be. Oh, I can zoom in. Look at that. Whoa, whoa. It has 3 magnifications. I don't know what the little marker thing means, though. I need my bike. Was it true a comment about the Breath of the Wild thing? Comment I made? I feel like one day I'll play Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I have a Switch to do it. I just don't know why. I don't know. I like Breath of the Wild game, or I like I like Zelda games. I think I've always said that I'm more of a 2D Zelda person. Oh, I didn't see your comment. My bad. I'd missed it where it originally came. I don't know, but it doesn't mean I hate 3D Zelda games. I don't know. I think when Breath of the Wild first came out, I didn't have a Switch like at all. Oh my god, my bike is struggling. What the hell? And then I just never got around to getting to it once I did buy like a Switch 1, and then what is it with my bike? Is my bike dying? Okay, it must be this thing up here. You've been playing Earthbound last week on Switch 2. I never played the Earthbound games either. Oh, but Link to the Past is good. See, that is good Zelda right there. That is good Zelda game. What's in here? I think I say Link to the Past is my actual favorite Legend of Zelda game. Was never a Zelda kid growing up. Oh, I played a lot of different Zelda games as a wee child. I also played a lot of Pokemon games as a child as well. Link to the Past is just so good. I hope this is the right area. I'd marked that way, but I think I was meant to mark this. That looks like it could be something. Nice. A new Higurashi anime got announced. I saw and I heard. I'm now 100% tuned. I meant to talk about it the other day, I think. I'm 100% tuned into the Higurashi world now, as one is once they've read it, Higurashi like me. I'm excited to see it. It's funny, I never watched, just because I'm really bad at sitting down and watching stuff, I never went back and watched, like, I guess, whatever the other Higurashi anime. There is a small part of me that really wants a really nicely done Umineko anime. I just think that'd be so cool. I think, like, and that's not me hating more on Higurashi than Umineko or anything, and me just being a Umineko, like, fan person. But, like, an Umineko anime would just go, like, done really well, would just go so hard. It would be so good. And I would sit my ass down. I would do anything to have, like, a proper Umineko anime. Don't get my hopes up. I know. I can wish. I can dream. I did see someone, the most funny comment I saw about the Higurashi anime is, like, because now it's been rebooted, like, you know, they've done a Higurashi anime before, and, you know, it's a few times now, I guess, I think maybe at this point. And someone was like, man, the Higurashi anime rebooting is a subtle way of them making a time loop, like, being, like, meta time loops over and over again. And I was like, that's pretty funny. Alright, I think I got my pieces. Can I not? Oh, I can crawl under. But I gotta get to my bike. Where I put my bike? But wait, can't I fast travel? Isn't that the whole thing? Yes, I can. Is it lame if I fast travel? I don't know. I'm gonna say it's not lame. Low-key, I hate the multiverse style storytelling that's gotten popular with Marvel and stuff. Are you saying that in relation to Higurashi and the joke thing I was talking about? Or comment I saw? Or are you just saying in general? Because I, too... well, I don't know if the Higurashi thing is actually like that. I was mostly just... I think iterating a joke about the Higurashi thing. But I agree. I was talking about it recently with the new Control game coming out. I played Control, was it last year? Or 2 years prior, a year and a half maybe ago. And I generally enjoyed my time with Control, but there was, and slight spoilers for Control, maybe, but not really. But post-game DLC in that game makes it tie, like, it's something that shouldn't really bother me as much as it does, but it basically ties that, like, the Control games are sharing the same universe and everything as the Alan Wake games, and it made any future Control projects less interesting to me if they're all going to be tied together into this, like, multiverse, you know, Remedy universe kind of thing they got going on. Because I just don't really want or care for the Alan Wake games. And so I'm like, well, so there's, like, a new Control game coming out in the next couple months or whatever. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm probably, at least at launch, but probably forever, probably not going to be interested in playing it. Because I'm like, if it's all going to be tied into this thing, and then I'm going to feel like I'm missing out if I don't play the Alan Wake games, I'm not interested in playing the Alan Wake games, and it's just like, all right, well, I guess I won't do that. Guess I won't play. And it's just a small thing, because I could probably just ignore it. It probably is not that big of a deal. But it did just reek of, to me, of like, oh, we can't just have, like, a separate series. Everything's got to tie back and everything. It's the old man in me being like, ugh. Steins Gate. I've not played Steins Gate. That's one of those ones that everyone, that's another one that people are like, I should check out at some point, but maybe someday. I return to Sizzle with the parts, and it's as she waves me over that I feel a pang of sadness in my chest. When will I see her again once I'm gone? Well done, Sable. Yes, this is everything we need. Are you ready to assemble a bike of your own? Yes. Hell yeah. Please let it be better. Please let it be faster and cooler looking. Sizzle relaxes in the workshop. It isn't that she's particularly rigid or anxious ordinarily, but there's a certain calm beauty that one can only appreciate, that one only truly appreciates when Sizzle is in her element. Wonder if it's this way for all machinists. What you must understand, Sable, is that the components you acquired, they fit together, not by chance, not by effort, but by nature. They belong to her. They have always belonged to her. All we are doing is assembling her from what she has already been. I nod and feel a soft buzzing in my ears. Among my clan, we believe that machines have names, held for ages like deep secrets, unheard by those unequipped to listen. We will find this one's name together. If you say so, Sizzle. Boop. Made a dinking noise. This is like me when I was building my PC. I was so happy. Never building a PC again. Because of difficulty of building a PC, or because parts are now $1 million and you have to sell your kidney on the black market to afford anything of value at this point? Listen. Tizo tilts her head a moment, leaning closer to Simoon. Simoon? All at once, I know the hoverbike's name. Simoon. I say it in a whisper to let Sizo know. Simoon. Simoon. Well done, Sable. What does it mean? What does it mean? You should ask her yourself. Sizzle looks entirely serious. The bike, to my enduring surprise, says nothing, even when I lean close. I tell Simoon that I am eager to know her better, and Sizzle looks quite proudly at the both of us. I was ready for the bike to do like the boat of red lions thing, speaking of Zelda, and start like talking to me. That would be cool. You're ready then for the gliding. May all the gods turn their faces from you, Sable. An odd blessing, perhaps, but Sizzle is prone to such things, and I can read in her tone that it was meant quite sweetly. You must learn to listen to Simoon, to care for her. Seek out my fellow machinists on your travels, Sable. They will teach you the art of machine whispering. Oh, and here, take this. It's a machinist badge. You'll meet plenty of my ilk on your gliding. Show them your worth, and they'll give you more badges. I thank Sizzle twice for good measure, give a bow. I am ready. Nice. How do I get my bike? Also, I think pre-built stuff has gone decent. I have heard ever since I built my PC, I think in the last few years I've heard that pre-built PCs are actually aren't like trash anymore. And there are like services out there that are, I've heard of services that are like pre-built that are good and, you know, good value and stuff, and also like those services that like you just buy the parts and then they'll build it and then ship it to you if you really want to. I don't know. When I built my PC that I'm currently using, I guess I technically built it like 6 years ago. It was important to me, like, because like prior to that, I never obviously owned like a PC like this or built my own PC, and I wanted that experience. But I gotta say, I was really nervous doing it. I was very scared putting it together. Thought like I was gonna break everything and lose out on a bunch of money. But I had built it right around COVID times. I bought pieces right before like they really skyrocketed and stuff. And I used part of the, what was it at the time? The stimulus check thing that happened here. I used part of my I forget how much that stimulus check was, but I used at least some of it or all of it to buy PC parts. I return to Jotty with new lightness. A new lightness. And it makes the weight of my departure feel heavier still. What a strange day. The thing was, though, thank goodness for that, because, like, I mean, I built the PC, and that's what really allowed me to, I mean, talking about these streams, like, the streams, that was, anything prior to me building this PC was then what I referred to as the jank era of this channel, and, like, the channel sucked before that. But it was, like, that early, like, 2020 period where everything after I was able to, like, make these streams. Not saying like they're anything spectacular right now, but like I was actually able to do what I wanted to do, and it was not hindered by like tech restrictions. Oh, the jank era of this channel. It was like 1,000. Yeah, I want to say it was like, for some reason I keep thinking of the number 1,200. Was that right? I'm gonna Google this because now it's gonna bug me. I want to say 1,200. How much were stimulus checks? Yeah. 1,200. 1,200 if I was single, which I was, and earned less than 75,000 before taxes. 24 if you're married. Oh yeah, if you earned more than a certain amount, you'd get nothing. That was the whole thing. What a fucked up. Everything is so fucked up. For a moment, people got a taste of what like a UBI would be like. We went through fucking hell for months in this fucking country. What a weird time. God, explaining the pandemic, like peak pandemic times leading up in 2019 to like the first half of 2020 and all through 2020 pretty much. Explaining that to anyone in like, assuming the world hasn't exploded by then, if you explain it to like a kid who's being born like now or something, if you explain it to them in like 10 or 20 years, they're gonna think you're making up some crazy ass shit. They're gonna not gonna understand. It's gonna be like you're making things up. It was so bizarre. It was so bizarre. The crazy shit that was happening. Oh my god. COVID was your junior year of high school? Oh my god, I'm old. Oh god. Yeah. I think it would. Part of me, I don't know, for the experience, I remember hearing about it, you know, people in school during like COVID times. Obviously, I was out of both high school and college at that point. But I think it would have been interesting to go through school and have that happen. I mean, I keep saying like, oh, it'd kind of suck, but also like, as far as experience goes, it probably was interesting in some fashion. There's probably some interest to be had. But what a bizarre time, dude. Fucking weird, dude. Crazy to think about. And it makes the way to my departure feel heavier still. What a strange day. Sable, is that a badge you got there? Sizzle gave it to me. I tell Jotty that Sizzle gave me the badge. Then you must have earned it. Well done. I give a bow of thanks. Well, Sable, if you keep this up, you'll be headed for the Mask Caster in no time. Try to think about going to a Mask Caster, but it seems impossibly far away. Imagine choosing what I want to be. Imagine choosing what I want to be forever. I know what you're thinking, but don't worry about it. You'll get plenty of badges when you're out there, and once you've got 3 alike, you can trade it in for that mask. But don't feel like your first mask is your final choice. The gliding is about freedom and exploration. I suggest you claim as many masks as you wish. Only at your final ceremony will be asked to choose one. Okay, so I see what this game is doing. I'm going to complete quests and get badges. And then if I get 3 badges, then I can get a mask. And that's kind of like what you're choosing to do with your life, it seems. And then that's that. How will I choose one? You'll have to feel it out, but when you know, you'll know. Now. Tone over now puts the butterflies back in my stomach. With all this done, there's only one thing left. It's time then, isn't it? Time to walk through the face door at the Temple of Rohana. There you'll assemble your gliding mask. And go! There are things I wish to convey to Jotty here. Depths of love and gratitude and fear and worry and hope. And though I find myself unable to speak any of it in words, I know she understands. Before you leave, child, I made you these. They are dyed with the traditional Ibexi maroon, and I hope provide you great comfort in the desert. When you leave today, you'll no longer be Sable, clan child of the Ibexi. You will simply be Sable, and the rest will come. But no matter what you are, no matter where your journey takes you, I will always know you. I will always love you. And I will see you again. That's sweet. I don't know where my journey will end, but I know where it must begin. And I am ready. Hell yeah. Can I, turn off, symbols that I've made? Like, how did I... Oh, remove marker. There we go. It was a rumored extra 2 weeks of spring break that turned into a full-scale remote ordeal. Played so much COD. Yeah, I mean, people, I mean, not to go, I mean, we don't have to go over it all, but like, yeah, leading up to it, I remember even work-wise, it was funny because the funniest bit was I changed jobs right before COVID hit. I quit where I was working for like 5 years, towards the top, like right towards the start of 2020, and got a new job. And I was like one of the last people hired before the hiring freeze because of COVID, because they were like, we're not hiring more people because of COVID thing. But I was in office for like a week or two, and then COVID hit. And then they had to adapt quickly, and they're like, all right, we're gonna stay in the office, but we're gonna space people out, and then we're gonna go to a different office, and then oh shit, we're just everyone work from home. And then ever since then, that's why I now work from home today, is because they set it up so that everyone could work from home, and then just we never switched back, which looking back I'm very thankful for. It's like it's kind of crazy to say this, but like it's kind of wild for me to say this, but I'm kind of like thankful that the COVID situation like made it so that like I can work from home still to this day, because it's such a nice convenience to have. Where's my bike? Does my bike like change? I didn't quite catch. Should I have changed my bike? This is the same bike, right? I'm pretty sure this is my same bike. Maybe if I fast travel, I'll get the new one. Is this the new bike? Was there no change? That doesn't feel right. Where did I build it? In here? This is it. So how do I give it to me? Change it in a menu? Oh. Bike parts. How do I change clothing? Fishing. There's fishing in this game? Oh, here we go. Here's the clothing. I'm looking up Sable, change bikes. Sable, change bikes. The maybe it'll happen once I leave. Can't believe Pokemon Gen 9 gave you a motorcycle. Is Gen 9, is the motorcycle, is that Pokemon that's basically the motorcycle thing? Because that's when I stopped. That's actually was after I stopped playing the Pokemon main games. Maybe they'll just give me a bike over here. The one I built. Grab the edge. You could drive it backwards up mountains and stuff. It's the buggiest AAA game I've ever seen. Yeah, I remember hearing things about that game. It's here, isn't it? I'm gonna go into it. Oh, that face, the eyeball staring at me as I... Ma! Ma! Whoa. Whoa. Oh, we're gonna get puzzles, aren't we? I'm gonna have to think about things, aren't I? I'm gonna have to use my brain, aren't I? Oh god, that's a bad sign. I don't want to do this. Oh no, I'm gonna have to think. I wanted to just turn my brain off for this game. I'm in trouble. I'm in fucking trouble. Nice. Oh, it sinks. Oh, I just gotta, it's like a platforming puzzle. Man, it really is like Jusant. I just gotta climb around and... Now that we're almost like, speaking of earlier games I played this year, I was thinking now that we're like about halfway through the year, I was trying to think of like, what's so far my favorite game I've played this year. And without thinking about it too hard, I still think probably Promised Mascot Agency was the most fun I've had with a video game in 2026 right now. Fata Morgana. I can't count Fata Morgana because I haven't finished it. I don't count games I haven't finished. Because anything could happen of games I finished so far. Which is, I think my last time I checked the total, I'm at like 26. 26 different games so far finished, which is pretty good. But I'm going to lose pace of my 5 a month kind of thing by the end of June. Because I'm being slow. I'm being slow as shit. And I've kind of got stuck this month on like longer games. How do I get it up? Do I think I'll always have a visual novel going? I mean, it's hard for me to say always will, but I would like to have some kind of game that's like, I do in general. I don't know when the last time I didn't, but I, in general, like having a game that's heavily reading focused. Selfishly, because I don't probably just straight up read as many books as I probably should read as a person, but I always feel, although it's kind of a lame answer to it all, I always say that I get away with it because as long as I've got like a very text heavy like visual novel of some sort going on, then I'm kind of like basically at least reading quite a bit when I can. It's not a straight up like a page, physical pages and a book or something, but so yeah, short answer is I know there's been times that I haven't had a visual novel going on at all times on the channel. I know there definitely hasn't been, but I like to have at least one game that's heavily like text based if I can help it, or will in the as I go on in the future. Yeah, I know I went heavy with those. Oh shit, look at the mask! Oh, there's a bunch. There's a car alarm going off outside. Oh, is that my mask? Better than this mask I've got on right now, I think. Return to camp. Can I put the mask on? Oh, God. What is that little dance I was doing? I look so cool. Like, I already know what's gonna be the bigger text. I struggle to call everything that's like that like a visual novel, because sometimes games are like not technically a visual novel per se, but so that's why I'm starting to switch to try to say like, oh, heavy text-based game. Like, I already know what one I'm gonna go after Fata Morgana. I think I've said it in the past, but so I already have something lined up is what I'm trying to say. And that one's gonna be that one's gonna be a fucking long time too. That one I'm staring at that one coming up and I'm like, oof. Oof. Where'd my bike go? My bike disappeared. Maybe intentional. I have little horns on my mask. Logging in. Hello, Sable. Jadi's voice echoes strangely through the machine, yet still it warms me. Well, Sable, this is it. By the time you hear this, we will have gone. Wow, they just left me? That's how they do it? They say, alright, it's your time to go off on your own quest, and then they just leave without you. That's fucking insane. That's sad. The gliding is a journey that must begin alone. Damn. There's a certain nuance lost in transmission, and for that I'm grateful. It'd be far too much to hear the cracks in her voice and not run weepily into her arms to stay forever. But I am ready, and so I close my eyes and listen. But though you go by yourself, you're not without friends. You're not without family. You're not without love. These things you always carry with you, as you do your mask. And I know I'm not supposed to do this, but if I were you, I might go and see Yutari, the machinist at Burnt Oak Station, amongst his closest friends. Yutari is a good contact to have on one's gliding, and a fine way to get another machinist badge if you're so inclined. Only a suggestion, though. As for us, I'll send another message once we return to the Ewer, so keep an eye on the post boxes, and try not to forget us. She takes a long breath, and I forget that things as easy as breathing could ever exist. The world is waiting, Sable. Good luck. I've been abandoned. Time to grow up. Leave your home behind. Choose what you're doing with your life. Leave the canyon. Now what the hell is that? Oh, it's my bike. Oh, it is much cooler. Nice. It's not a dinky one anymore. Oh, this feels so much better. Oh, and I was right. It doesn't feel shit like on the controller. So they really did make the other one feel shittily through the controller haptics. Oh, this feels so much better. Yeah. Oh, I'm so cool. What happens if I, like, graze it? Oh! What if I graze a rock? Ooh, it's got some buoyancy to it. Ooh. So I can call for my bike? I always turn off the adaptive trigger stuck on PS5. I try to keep it on. There's been maybe 1 or 2 games that it's been really like obnoxious, and so I have to turn it off. Or like back when I was playing like Overwatch on console back in the day, I would turn it off because I had it on by default, and I'm like, if I was playing like something competitive slightly, like it felt really dumb to have something like that on while I was playing. But something like this where it's kind of just chill, I kind of appreciate it. It's a dynamic that I like. I'm just getting used to the bike here. Oh, this is nice though. Alright, we gotta leave the canyon. I'm out of here. On my own. Oh, this bike is so much nicer than the other one. Damn. Oh, this is definitely Japanese breakfast. I recognize that voice so much. I was like, yep, that's definitely... Oh, I kind of just wanted to... kind of just wanted to let it hit there. Oh, I love stuff like this. I kind of like... I just like vibey like games like this sometimes. It's been a while since we played one of these, like I said. Oh, it seems like we got a little bit of green. Kind of going over here, maybe. Subnautica. Hmm. Kind of just want to go off jumps. I generally steer away from is what I'm trying to say, like survival like games, like crafty survival games. It's not generally a genre I'm usually too steeped into. The closest I recently got to is for playing a game like that. I was gonna play The Altars last year, I guess, and then it was. They had their whole AI, what I would call AI debacle, and then I was like just off put from wanting to play that, so I didn't. But I was close to playing that, and that I think was pretty like a survival, resourcey, crafting type game kind of thing. I don't know. I hear Subnautica is fun, and I know Subnautica 2 just recently released as like in like, what is it, open at or early access, I think. Semi-infrequent Minecraft. Would it surprise you if I said I've never touched Minecraft in my life? Does that surprise you? Because I haven't, and I don't really know if I need to. Even better. Wait, true. We might be cooking. Look how big this area is. If I go to map, yeah, this map is gonna be big. This is a bigger map than I thought this game was gonna have. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's supposed to kind of be just open and sparse. Mostly water. Hey, but don't you think my hoverbike could go in the water or over water? That'd be cool. Also, we get so much desert sandiness that I think water would be cool. Water would be nice. Is it here? Hello? Anyone here? Oh. It is a challenge not to view scrappers through quite a romantic lens. As I look toward my gliding as a child, I picture myself as a dust-covered traveler exploring strange forbidden places and finding strange forgotten things. A treasure hunter of old and arcane objects. And though I'm certain the grind of sifting through sand and dirt for useful tools and things left over can wear anyone down, cannot help but weave some thread of my fancy into the reality of the work. Greetings, glider. Name's Alton. I give a bow and introduce myself as Sable. You find much scrap metal out there, Sable? It's been known to happen. Good, good. Alton leans back and looks up at the ceiling thoughtfully. Got a task for you then, if you're up for it. Hesitation in my voice is a product of a gentle intimidation, but I stand up straight and casually enough to seem like I'm up for anything. Alton seems to believe it enough. I need scrap, Sable, and lots of it. And you out there already doing basically nothing. Alton chuckles to himself. Shouldn't say it like that. Gliding's odd, eh? You have nothing to do, so you have everything to do. Wonder if anyone's ever spent their gliding just laying around. Dude, I probably would do that. I would probably do a lot of lying around. Might be easier. I joke that it might be an easier life to find a big warm rock and stare up into infinity, resting my way through a glide. He snorts, amused, but I can tell the idea of an extended nap is one he finds inviting. Perhaps I do too. Anyhow, the task. Let's see if you can understand this one, yeah? It's a bit complex. I tell him I'm ready. Go out, find scrap, bring it to me. What sort of scrap? I ask Alton what sort of scrap he'd like. All of it. Big scrap, little scrap, medium-sized scrap. If it's made of metal and it's too busted up for anything else, I want it. Think you can handle that? Tell him I'm happy for any reason to explore, and that I'll return with everything I find. I say goodbye to Alton. He wants scrap. Interesting. Oh, so it already... There we go. Oh, I can park my little bike. Look at this. Undoubtedly my favorite fruit. The first thing I'd ask for when we pass traveling merchants with the Abexi. Bobby? Nomadic merchant Bobby? Glider, welcome. Come view my wares. Tell me about the camp. This is one of many beetle tent stations around Midden. Midden? Named after the big old burnt tree over there. Not sure that species of an oak is mine. There's plenty of characters passing through here. All worth a bother if you're on your gliding. Never know what badges and masks you might pick up. Don't be shy. Chat to the tent owners, interrogate the machinists, and any other people you see around. There's also the scrapper's yard just below the big crane over there. There's a lazy scrapper down there who'll make finding scraps worth your time. See you soon. Where can I get a merchant's badge? Merchants aren't liable to just give out badges freely. Your best bet is to head to Ekria. Ekria? There's a big market in town there worth trying to Aria's attention if you want to get yourself some merchant's badges. Be careful how you do it, mind. She's not the friendliest customer. Wow. I want to trade smashing. What do you have? Beetle bike booster. Smoke pours out of the many exhausts. Best to avoid using indoors near other people. Oh, so I had to customize? Scrapper bike engine? How much do I have? 230? Do I just get to... How do I want to ride. I want my bike to look like a beetle. How do I customize? It'll look like this, I think. I should look this up. How to customize bike. Sable. Oh, add a machinist? I have to go talk to an actual machinist man. Okay. Well, good thing I'm here, I guess. Are you a machinist? The machinist... Oh, looks me over. You're late! For what? For meeting one another. You ought to have come here sooner. Ask the machinist how they know me. I do not know you. Not yet. Perplexed, I wait for them to explain themselves, but they seem to wait for the same. Briefly, I feel a hint of shame as I remember times I've been late among the bubmanXIV, things I have slipped up in doing. But I dismiss my doubts as I recall that I have no idea who this strange machinist is. I ask them. My name is Yutari. Of immediate relevance to you is that I am a friend of Sizzo. I ask them then if Sizzo alerted them of my impending arrival. Perhaps she looks out for me, sets waypoints and oases along my gliding. Comforting thought. No, it was your hover bike. Heard it for the first time months ago and felt the shape of its voice. Of her voice. Sorry. I tell Yutari that it was not Simone they heard, for Sizzo and I only built her a few days hence. They waved their hands at me in a hurried dismissal. Did Sizzo teach you so little? Voices of our machines are eternal, more ancient even than their forms. I hear them, as I always have. And yours I thought would revisit me sooner, but here we are. Now let us speak of why you've come. Our needs converge atop the wind tower. Let me customize the bike first. Oh wait, they actually have stats. Look at this. What is handling up? Max speed? Oh, the beetle. Oh. Oh, the beetle parts are slow. Oh. Oh shit. Go all in on speed. But oh, you can change the color though, at least. Well, the problem then speed would be just be this then. These are slightly more acceleration and handling, but I guess I won't customize my bike. I guess I will just keep the dinkiness. It's not dinky, it's cool. Target greets me more. How can I help? The task still needs doing, glider. Tell me more. Something has stopped the tower working. I was hours away from going to see it for myself, but you and Simone came after all. Go there. Mend what is broken or soothe what is hurt, and I'll give you what you seek. I ask Yutari if they know what I seek. I omit that I might not. A direction. I'll be waiting for you. Travel swiftly and safely. I say goodbye to Yutari. They want me to fix something? That's not fun. That's not exciting. What about this person? Well met, glider. What's up with the statue? Ah, you may recognize her. Oana. She was a great herder of many creatures. They say she came from the whale and herded the ancestors of the creatures we heard today. We teach that keeping your herd near her statues will keep them together, well-fed and healthy. Well met, glider. We had goats in our clan. Ah, so you're familiar with their temperament. Suppose you are a bubmanXIV. Say hello to Umar and Jody for me. Alright, well. See you around. What about you? What if I get like a warrior quest? The guard before me stands tall, her posture shaped by duty, uniform withered by years. Hello there, young glider. I'm nearly startled by the force of her greeting, but her voice is comforting somehow, warm and welcoming. I greet her with the accidental enthusiasm of a traveler finding a friend. She smiles behind the mask, I think. Always nice to meet a fellow adventurer, especially now. How are you faring so far? I've never felt so free, or more free. Oh, how lovely that must be. I might normally be a little jealous, but my circumstances are opening right up. About to join you in that blissful freedom. Think about the balled up fabric and smoothed out rock that will make my next pillow, and many to come. My neck aches faintly at the thought of how many nights I'll spend this way. It's possible I'm romanticizing it a little. You see, getting ready to leave on my second gliding. She reads the confusion in my silence. Did no one tell me of the second gliding? Suppose it is unreal second gliding, but it's how I'm thinking about it. Chance to see the world again and how it's changed. I'm an Ecrine guard, you see, or I was an Ecrine guard. As of 3 days ago, I'm officially retired. Should have seen the way the others looked at me. There's a laugh in her voice. All of them were so baffled to see me go, telling me how much I'd missed the big city. Few of them even felt sorry for me, like, what would I do now? Or what would I do now that my life's purpose is complete? Can you imagine? I try to, but I can barely muster a view of my purpose's start, let alone its end. I shake my head. I said thank you for all the strange condolences, but tomorrow marks the first time in decades that I'll wake up in the morning and have absolutely no idea what lies ahead. I've never been more excited. Don't get me wrong, I've loved my work. I even loved the noise and the trouble of Ecria? But I've spent enough of my life standing around looking hard. It's time to explore. Her glee is infectious. I ask where she'd like to go. I'm heading to the Badlands, I think. I want to see the Bridge of the Betrayed. If you haven't already, you should definitely go and see it yourself. You want the northern Badlands, southwest of here. I nod, trying to keep the directions in mind, and Elizabeth gives me a little tap. Maybe I'll see you up there. Up some. That went too quick. Maybe I'll see you up something. Whoa, look at this person. The Gift of Gab. Oh. I meet Aoife, the innkeeper of the camp. What can I do for you? Do you have any tasks I need doing? Before I can even finish the question, Aoife shouts, "Larval husks!" I repeat the words back to her as a clarification. She nods. I need some larval husks. How much do you know about beetles? What is a beetle, really? Huh? Bit of a philosopher. She pauses. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how to answer that. But if you wouldn't mind helping me get some larval husks, the dry shells that glowing larvae leave behind, I'd be grateful. The type I'm looking for are Hercules beetles. You won't need to go far, but the nest is guarded by the mother beetle. I'm gonna have to find a way to get past her. Tell her I'll do my best. Anything else I can help you with? Look at this person chilling. Do they want to talk to me? No? Okay. Dude, I love these giant beetle, like, mounts. Big fan. Scrap metal? What happens if I mark this? Is it gonna mark scrap metal? Or does that just show me where that guy was? I think it's just showing me where that guy was. Yeah. I'll go do the thing they want me to do. Something about a turbine. I need my bike to be fast. Always fast. Look at that butterfly thing. It's got a full, like, 2 frames of animation. Is that the turbine? No, that's that would be, that's a balloon guy that would sell me a map. And I just spent all my money on bike customization that I didn't use. Shit! I'm a fucking idiot! I don't even want to go up there. I don't even want to talk to him. He's gonna be like, you're broke as shit. How boring, or how embarrassing. Don't talk to me. And I'll be like, I bought bike parts I'm not even using. And he'll be like, what the fuck? Why'd you do that? I'm like, I don't know. Don't look at me. I'm poor. Why? I just left home. My people, or basically home left me, I should say. And now I'm poor. I have a cool bike, but I'm poor otherwise. Would I just find like scrap metal out here? Look how cool I am. Like Haruaki. Basically. I'm gonna crash my bike and then I'm gonna get taken into a village and then crazy shit's gonna happen. I assume it's up here. Ooh, the frames. I'm seeing the frames. Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot I can run. Man, my stamina is shit. Bad stamina. I guess I'm gonna try climbing. Nothing to do but climb. This is not gonna work. This is not... my ass is not climbing this wall. Maybe over here? Looks like a jumping off point. Connection of some sort. Here we go. Whoa, whoa, the light, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Here we go. Here we go. Make those birds scatter. Oh, look at this. Yay. I like that statue. Could I have done something there? Inhale the fumes. The smoke. Pass out. Fall face first into the fire. Anytime I see a campfire like thing like that, I just think of that moment in Survivor history. Oh no! The jump didn't work. What the fuck? The person that just went face first into, like, was standing over a fire and then inhaled a bunch of, like, smoke. And then, because of that, they passed out and fell face first into the fire. Terrible. Had to be medically evacuated. Now, I'm pretty sure the person who did that is a terrible person. Like, later on after their Survivor career. I think they got revealed to be a really bad person. Let me see. Before I say something that on recorded video, before I slander someone, Survivor person who fell in fire. In fire. Let me see. Scoopin. Yes. Now, if I go, yep, Scoopin. Michael Scoopin. And then let me see his Wikipedia. Yes. Okay. Yep. Nope. I mean, I can talk shit about him. He was found with child pornography on his computer or something in like 2016. You can read his Wikipedia, I guess, about it if you want to know. So yeah, he. I had to make sure that that was the same guy that I was thinking of. So he was famous in Survivor for falling into fire and burning his like a good portion of his body. And then later on, years later, and wouldn't you know, he's the type of person that like apparently was very like preachy and very, you know, openly religious and all that and everything, and then got RIT VOD monetizability, I think is how you wrote that. Surprise or not surprise, I make no money off of YouTube VODs. And not even like just because of low view counts or anything, but like I just don't meet any thresholds to where they would, even like my like YouTube VODs that are like thousands and thousands of views, like I get nothing from those. I do it all for the love of the game, as they say. I mean, if I had monetization on my channel, I don't think I would get much anyway. So I don't really care, but... Oh, shit, I fell. Oh, God. So I'm totally free to slander people for their criminally charged multiple counts of child pornography on their computer because they're bad people as much as I want. Also, I'll be completely honest. Even if my YouTube channel was monetized and I made money off YouTube, I would not change any of the way I talk or anything. I just would not care. I would still continue to say anything I would normally do. I wouldn't change anything. Let's be real. That's how I operate. We made it to the wind tower. No one's gonna silence me. No one can silence me. My own work, my own job can't silence me. Until I start making a shit ton of money, or I have what I would consider a dream job. I've always said I would stop streaming if my job came to me and said you need to stop streaming for whatever reason. I would only do it on one of two reasons. One, it was something I considered a dream job, or two, I was being paid so much money, a ridiculous amount of money from my day job, that it would be, I would have no other choice but to be like, okay, fine. Okay, sure. And I'm not at either of those points in my life. Sorry, current job, you're not considered a dream job for me. I'm sure it's very upset to hear this news. So I'm supposed to fix something here? Who wants to get fixed? I'm just jamming up the... Do my friends, family, and or coworkers know about my streams and stuff? Friends definitely know. Friends have stopped by the stream and stuff. They definitely know. Family definitely knows. It depends on, like, what circle of friends. But, like... yeah, most people I would consider my friends do know. It'd be pretty hard, especially, I mean, it would be, they just know. Um, Family does as well. They stop by as well. Sometimes you can see them sometimes pop in chat and stuff. And then coworkers, definitely not. I mean, I always say, like, I would have no, I don't say anything that I would be embarrassed if coworkers heard me say or anything, and like I just don't care. But I'd be surprised. It's not like I'm open about my coworkers about any personal real part of my life, if I'm honest. Just because I separate that quite, like, I think my coworkers are cool, especially the ones on my team and everything, but I heavily separate like coworkers and work to my normal life kind of thing. I'd miss that ladder so bad. Wait, can I? But I guess it's possible because, like, I mean, if I was them, if I was like nosy, I'll say this. I sometimes open up like something like Instagram, and I don't know what the mechanics are. I'm sure there's some background thing back when I first set up Instagram where it's like scraping my like contacts phone numbers or something, because sometimes I have to text coworkers. Sometimes I'll get recommended, like, oh, this person you may know, you should follow them on Instagram, and it's like a coworker or like an old coworker of mine. And I'm like, no, I don't need to follow that person on Instagram. But I assume if I see that, they probably see me if they have the same thing set up, right? And I don't hide my username. I use pretty much the same username across all my different any social media I have, and then like obviously this channel. So like if they wanted to just take a hop, skip, and a little jump and figure it out somehow, they could. But like I said, I don't say anything. I don't, even my most embarrassing stuff I talk about, like on the channel or whatever, like I don't care. If a coworker ran into something, it's not like I'm lying about anything, and I don't say anything like too personable, and I don't talk, generally, I don't talk shit about work or something, so like, I don't know. I wouldn't care. It'd be funny. It'd be funny if like at one point one of them showed up, but do I want to go try like doing this? Ooh, oh, ooh, oh. It's working. But yeah, definitely like anyone I consider a friend definitely knows that cause like, I think years and years ago when I started this channel of what it currently is right now, like I think like most of my friends had pushed me. Like my friends, I directly attribute like me doing the work of like archiving all my streams on YouTube. Like that was directly a choice that I made because a friend was like, hey, I'm never going to be able to watch, like, tune in for live streams. You should definitely, like, archive your streams. And so then I went through the work of, like, back when I really set it up, like, it was a lot more work for me to do that. But I made that decision and did that because I was like, okay. So that was, like, a friend telling me, like, you should save that shit. And I was like, you know what? I really should. Because I didn't like the... Oh, I'm not going to make this. Oh, I fucked that up. Oh, I really fucked this up. I fucked this up so bad. Can I, like, glide around? No. No. I'm so stupid. Oh. But then, once I made that choice, I was like, well, this is great because I didn't like the impermanence of, like, Twitch VODs. Like, again, not like I'm saying my streams are anything great, but, like, I just didn't like putting so much time into something, which is like the channel or whatever. And then like, I get why, like, if you're a bigger like Twitch person, it just makes sense to have things like not maybe saved Although I think over the last several years, more and more people have worked to like make sure like VODs of streams are like saved. What I really see is like YouTube people, they have like a main channel and then they have like a VOD channel. And I'm too lazy to like do something like that, but like a stream VODs, like so they have two separate channel kind of things. Anyway, I digress. I'm getting away from what I was originally saying. Yeah, I just didn't like the impermanence of the Twitch VODs, or just like putting so many hours into like a game series and then it just disappearing. Because I kind of, when I first started, I really liked the journal, almost like the journal like aspect to what the channel was, and still is to this day, I would say. Like it still kind of is a chronicle of my life over the last now almost 10 years. In a very weird way, it's like a digital journal with just a video game as a backdrop. And I didn't want that to just be gone. I mean, there's always a chance YouTube as a site dies. I always am bracing for that. Like one of two things could happen. YouTube as like a site dies and then I'll just lose everything. Like that could happen. Or my channel gets hacked by like one of those shitty like crypto accounts or something, and then they delete all my videos. And then I'd probably find the nearest bridge and jump off of it. You know? I found about the channel because I wanted to find a Let's Play of bubmanXIV that's read aloud. Whenever I watch Let's Plays, I always try to find smaller channels. Dope! I appreciate that. I like that philosophy. That's a good way of... Oh, am I going to be able to... Is this where I'm supposed to go? I don't know where... Oh, I gotta keep going up higher, probably. Duh. Well... I thought I was gonna be able to climb that. Fuck. Alright, we'll just jump off that then. And now you're here. And now you've found yourself on the internet's best Twitch channel. Don't check the records of that or anything. I think I just need to keep climbing up, but I need to find the next up. Maybe it's around? Oh, maybe I think I'm being dumb. I think I'm making things hard on myself when I don't need to. There we go, there we go. Oh! Platforming! Not that you need to, but if you wanted to grow your channel, posting shorts / clips would probably help on YouTube. I'm sure. This may or may not surprise you, but I honestly, and this has been my ethos for the longest of time, but I don't... Growing the channel is fine, and it's whatever, and it's cool. And if more people find my channel that are of like mind, where they just want like I always say, like I on my channels heavily stress, I don't care if people subscribe or you know pay or click a like on a video. There's plenty of places on the internet that like beg for that kind of stuff and need that kind of stuff to stay up and make it worthwhile, and people make it their job. And I'm not knocking people that do that. But because it's not my full-time job, and it's literally, like, I kind of just want it to stay as kind of, like, a place for me and a hobby thing for me, I've been doing this now at this, like, kind of pace and what this channel is for, like, the last 10 or so years. And I've never really been too concerned or too worried about, like, growing the channel as like a verb. Like it's just not the top of my mind. Like so many other things. And I know that sounds so dismissive maybe, especially to someone like you who's like, oh, if you know, obviously you said like it's up to me and whatever, and I respect that. So I'm not to sound dismissive or anything, but like it's never been to me about like number go up kind of thing, really. I mean, number go up is interesting. And like I said, if cool people find my channel and they like the things I do, I like that, but not because they're another number. It sounds very corny the way I'm putting it, but not because it's another number added to the pile of numbers already on, but it's, oh, someone who wants the same thing I want found a place that I've made now. You know what I mean? That's the cool aspect to me. That's the only reason I would want to see number go up, is because it then means potentially that someone who wants something like this found this area, found this place, this little pocket on the internet, the smallest pocket on the internet, where, again, like I said, my philosophy is like, there are many places out there that will be like, hey, please subscribe to my channel, please click the like and share my videos because I need to make a living, and like, again, not knocking any of those types of people or those types of channels, but I think it's cool to have just a place that doesn't demand or want that of someone who might be clicking into a video ever. So yeah, the thing about shorts and clips, I could do it. It would be not that much work, probably. But, like, I also, if I could get on my soapbox for a minute, like, I don't want to do a thing just because an algorithm on YouTube, or YouTube specifically, or the numbers, or what people's attention spans are, like, tells me. Like, I've always intentionally have been the stubborn type where I'm like, oh, and stubborn, but both when it comes to playing video games and also owning the channel. Stubborn in the fact that it's like, if something or someone tells me, oh, you should do it like this because it's been proven that this will actually help do whatever, for good or for bad, my brain is the type of brain that'll be like, I'm going to do the actual opposite and see what happens. I'm more interested in doing the opposite and seeing what happens then. And whether that carving out that path is ultimately leads to worse results, then I'm fine with seeing that, because again, it doesn't matter. Like I said, what I was just talking about earlier, I currently don't get paid and don't really care to get paid off of YouTube. It's just a repository and place for the VODs to live, for people to go find if they want to find it or stumble upon it. Sure, if I tomorrow woke up and I started making $1 million off YouTube every year, would I be ecstatic? Sure, but that's unrealistic, and I don't want to do the work necessarily to try to get to some place like that. If I turned into like a shitty Mr. Beast at some point somehow in the next week or so, I'd probably hate myself. Because that means you'd have to do so much, it makes me sound lazy. Or, like, I don't want to put in the work or whatever, but, like, it's just not. I don't want my life to be like that. I just don't. Then this becomes less of a hobby to me. This has always been intentionally the way I've done this, and the way this channel is, and how these streams are, without, like, a bunch of shit on the screen, and chat not on screen, like, displayed on screen, and my face not constantly on screen. Like, it all is a conscious decision by me of intentionally trying to keep it more low-key and, like, not be anything more than what it currently is. And I would probably stay that... I would stay that way, whether, like, 1 million people tuned into my VODs or streams or no one did. Like, even when no one shows up, I'm always going to be doing this the same way. And have been for the last 10 years. Because it's my little... I hit the mic arm on accident. I was adjusting it. Bang. It's my little... It becomes less of what the intention at the very start was. I don't know. That's me on my soapbox. That's my ranty soapbox moment for the night. I'm sure you didn't need all that. I'm sure you probably were beyond your screen going like, having a, sir, this is a Wendy's type moment. What is it that opened up? Where was that? Yeah. And I appreciate that you would listen to it and be like, no, that's cool to listen to or hear. Because it is like, it's the closest thing this channel has that I have to like a mission statement of like why do I do the things that I do here, or why do I intentionally, in theory, sabotage any actual like growth or whatever. It's like, because I mean, the easiest answer is because I don't want growth for growth's sake. It was just a rock. That was a cobweb. Now, where did that door open? Where? It's like singing for the love of singing and not out of the desire to be renowned as a musician. Yeah, like anything. I think people in life, it's good to have hobbies or little projects of any shape or size or whatever that you don't intentionally go through them being like, I'm doing this for a certain thing or for other people necessarily even. And mine just manifests as what this channel is. And I've always said, like, if other people want to come along for the ride and tune in for a stream or watch a VOD, then they can. And they're gonna get me and all of my all the negatives and but they're not gonna be hounded from me to like, remember to fucking hit that subscribe button. And it's gonna bug me that I'm not gonna be able to find this fucking door that opened. Where was it? It was in one of these things, but it didn't really give a good clue. Oh, it was like a chest. Not this chest. Fuck. It wasn't showing that back at like, oh, here it is, I found it. Crisis averted. Is it gonna be a bunch of money? No, machinist top, a standard uniform worn by machinists in midden. Machinists will always make sure each set has its own unique modifications for their own particular needs. You're gonna head out? Sounds good. You have a good one. I'm probably gonna end stream soon anyway. I just wanted to get like one quest done to see what it was like. I'll probably go turn this in. I have a bit of a drive, but I can do that. Pretty sure I can just call out to my bike. Yes, Fade and Morgana tomorrow. Definitely. Oh, I love that you can just summon your bike. Alright, let's go turn in this quest and then call it a night. Fixing things, gonna get a badge or whatever. I'm still pissed I bought all the pieces. I didn't know that pieces were gonna have different stats. I can't buy a fucking map here. Maybe they'll pay me for doing the quest. Then I can buy them.
I didn't understand.
That scared the shit out of me. I did not ask for that. I did not ask for my machine to talk to me. I thought that was in game for a second. Phantom voice behind me. Also, what is scrap metal gonna look like? Is it just gonna be on the ground somewhere? I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking out for. I do love the buoyness of the of the bike. In fact, I need a bike parts that like go even faster than this. I need to be like ripping. I need to be like just gliding so fast. Oh, I went over here thinking that was a scrap metal. It was not. It was a bush. Shame. Oh, did you see that jump? Look at that. Jump. Hopefully they pay me money for doing a job for them. Utari greets me warmly. How may I help? Utari's delight is obvious, and I see it even in my approach. They radiate with energy. You did it! Oh, arms in the air. Thank you and well done, both of you. Did you have much trouble? None at all. Of course not, and why would you? You were meant to do it. Now for your, I won't say reward, now for what you're owed. Utari produces a machinist badge, holding it out for me to take. You may have been late in coming, but here you are, where you are meant to be. I give you this badge not only in recognition of where you have been, what you have done, but in honor of one of many possibilities. That you may, if you so choose, become one of us, who speak the unheard language of Simoon and her vast connections. This badge is but one, and you will need to earn more from others who carry them. But if and when you do, the caster will know what you have chosen, and you may wear the mask of the machinist. I thank Utari for it, tell them I have much to consider, but for just a moment I hear the faintest ringing in my left ear, distant and deep like a river below the sands. Listen. Listen. Nice. So this doesn't like fill up like at all unless you buy a map. Unfortunate. I had to buy a map. And he didn't give me money for the finishing that quest. Which means I might only get money if I find it out in the wild. And I'm poor again. Who are you? The mask caster sits, unmoving, silent. Can't tell if the mask caster is human or something else. I've heard about mask casters and stories about glidings before. Gliders should collect 3 badges of a set and bring them to the caster from whom the mask shall be cast. I should look for some more badges. I leave the mask caster. Well, does that mean I have 2 badges? 2 machinist badges. That's not bad. I'm like, am I making up the number 3 or? Oh, Sable. No messages. Great. Larval husks? Masks? Scrap metal? Alright, we'll get that next time we play. We might not play this until sometime. Oh shit, it's one of these things. I still don't know what they do, but I'll see this animation nonetheless and smile a little bit. We probably won't play more of this until this weekend sometime. We've got a pretty built and busy schedule for the rest of the week as far as streams go, so it's gonna be chock-a-block, as they might say. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. You made it just in time for the send-off. Do we think this game autosaves by any chance? Oh, it's got a save button. Nice. Nice. Easy fishing. We gotta figure out how to fish. I haven't seen water in anywhere. I don't know. Can I get a fishing pole somewhere? I want to fish. Oh, there's the quest marker. It's gonna be quite a distance away. All right. Sounds good. I'm kind of enjoying this game. Like I said, I think this fills the niche on the channel that I sometimes generally like to play, of like just a chill, just kind of go out and explore and things happen type game. I like these types of things sometimes. I enjoy that experience, and this is kind of nice to look at. And I assume what's gonna happen, I already tell, I'm gonna do a bunch of quests, and I'm gonna get the badges for the masks, and then at the end of the game I'm gonna have to choose which like career path or basically mask I'm gonna want to like choose based on what type of lifestyle or something I enjoy the most. And I'm gonna have to make a tough choice, and if there's a choice where I can wear all the masks, then that'd be fine. I don't think I'm gonna get that luxury though. It's unfortunate. Oh, they're asleep. It's nighttime. Okay, for real though. I'll head out. So yeah, tomorrow we got, we'll have, tomorrow will be Fate Morgana. Wednesday should be Xenoblade. I think I'm going to try to do Xenoblade again on Wednesday. And then Friday will also be Fate Morgana. So that's going to be the rest of the week. And then, like I said, this weekend's going to be probably all the stuff we didn't get to during this week. So probably more Sable. Probably Nier Automata we're going to hit hard on Saturday. Maybe try to finish it. Who knows? I don't know if it's possible, but we're going to try. And then maybe, what was the other thing? Oh, yeah, Metal Gear. Metal Gear 2. Possibly. We'll see. See how this weekend shakes out. Take it easy. Have a nice rest of your night. Have a good one. Bye. 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 Bye.